Guess who's about to set the stage on fire at one of Asia's biggest music festivals? It's the Filipino boy group 1st.One, and trust us, they're back with the kind of energy you've never seen before. These 6 rising stars have been picked to represent the Philippines at the ASEAN-Korea Music Festival 2025, also known as the Round Festival. It's all happening in Malaysia on June 21st and 22nd, right at Tep Kuala Lumpur. But this isn't just any show. It's a massive chance for 1st.One to step up on a regional stage and prove that Filipino music can hold its own with the best. It's not just a win for the group, it's a win for P-pop as a whole. So, how did they even get here? What's their story? And why does this moment matter so much? Let's start with the basics. Who exactly are they? 1 is a 6-member Filipino boy group made up of Ace, Max, Alpha, Jay, Joker, and Jason. Each member brings something different to the table, whether it's vocals, rap, or dance, but together they create one powerful team. They were formed under 1st.One Entertainment, a Manila-based company that also has strong ties to South Korea. So you already know they had some serious training, and it wasn't easy. Before they even debuted, the members trained for years, not just at home in the Philippines, but also in South Korea, where they learned top-tier choreography, stage presence, and production. That mix of local and Korean training gave them something special, skills that could compete on a global stage while still keeping a strong Filipino heart. Some of the members had even been part of a dance group called VJ Bros, which actually won a contest at the Seoul Music Awards. That's right, they were already making waves on Korean stages before even debuting as a group. By 2019, everything came together. The lineup was locked in, the training kicked up a notch, and they were ready for something big. Then came their debut. On July 31st, 2020, One launched with their very first single, You Are the One, Tak Majanu. And they didn't come to play. The song was a mix of pop and hip-hop, with even a Korean phrase in the title. They paired it with a sharp, eye-catching music video that showed off their slick moves and strong vocals. It was clear right away, these guys were different. Even though it was a tough time to debut because of the pandemic, they made a huge impression. If you're into One's career trajectory and you want to be in on some of their secrets, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. Now, first, One didn't stop at one song. They kept things moving with a string of singles that showed off their range. In 2021, they dropped Oh, a high-energy track that kept fans hyped. Then in 2022, they switched things up with Shout Out, a bold anthem with a massive beat, Turn Up, a dance track, and Dahil sa Mahal Kita, a soft ballad that means because I love you in Filipino. That last one was the first time they showed a deeper, more emotional side, and fans loved it. Each release pushed their sound further, blending strong rap parts, smooth singing, and dance breaks that got more intense each time. It was clear, they were growing fast and people were noticing. And then came a moment that changed everything. In late 2022, Shout Out made it all the way to the top of the US Billboard Hot Trending Songs chart. Yes, number 1. A Filipino group hitting number 1 on a global chart based on what fans were talking about online? That's major. It proved they had international fans who weren't just watching, they were shouting their love loud and clear. But they weren't just getting love online. Around the same time, 1st.One made history by becoming the first ever P-pop boy group to perform at the Seoul Music Awards. It was the 29th edition of the show, with huge K-pop names like Red Velvet, NCT, and TWICE also performing. And there they were, Filipino idols standing tall among Korean stars. It was a huge moment, not just for them, but for all of P-pop. Back home, they were racking up wins too. In 2022, they were named Pop Live Performer at the PPOP Awards, and in 2023, they won a People's Choice Award. These awards showed how strong their performances were and how loyal their fans had become. They didn't just play big shows, they owned them. They were part of PPopCon in both 2022 and 2023, sharing the stage with other top local acts. Then they stepped out on their own and held a solo concert called Verse 1. This show let them connect even deeper with their fans, who go by the name For One, a name that says they stand for 1st.One no matter what. But their talents go beyond just music. In early 2025, they teamed up with famous Filipino designer Jobert Cristobal. He created one-of-a-kind bomber jackets for their live set on the Wish Bus, inspired by their song Alam Mo Ba. Now, he's designing their outfits for international events too. As group leader Ace put it, they're not just bringing music to the world, they're bringing Filipino fashion too. So, what about their music? How has it changed over time? In 2023, they got bolder with Problem Child, which had a harder sound with rock and rap mixed in. Then came Auras, which means time, showing a deeper, more thoughtful side. They also dropped Dito and Your Love, songs that felt more personal and maybe even exclusive to loyal fans. And their moves? They just kept getting better. Their dances went from sharp and clean to full-on storytelling through choreography. Each comeback brought something fresh. Fast forward to 2025, and they're stepping into a new era. In March, they gave fans a taste of what's coming with Alam Mo Ba. The song, which means Do You Know, is all about the ups and downs of a situationship. It's smooth, honest, and a little grown-up, and fans couldn't get enough. Then in February, they dropped a special soul version of their song Wala Nang Iba, which means no one else. This new version was slow, rich, and emotional, made just to thank their fans. It showed they're not afraid to revisit old songs and make them feel brand new. Then, in April 2025, something big was announced, and fans could hardly believe it. 1st.One was chosen to represent the Philippines at the ASEAN-Korea Music Festival. But this isn't just any invite. Each country in ASEAN picks only one artist to represent it, so getting selected is a huge deal. First, 1 didn't keep quiet about it either. The group went straight to social media saying, "It is such a blessing and a dream come true to be able to represent our country." And you could feel how excited they were. Even group leader Ace jumped in, saying, "We are thrilled to have been chosen to represent the Philippines. This is an incredible opportunity for us to showcase our music and connect with audiences from different cultures." But this isn't just about performing songs. It's about waving the Philippine flag in front of a massive crowd, in a lineup packed with artists from all over Southeast Asia. So, why were they picked? What made the festival choose them? The organizers of the Round Festival looked at 1st.One's rise and couldn't ignore it. On the festival's official Instagram, they talked about how 1st.One always gives powerful, exciting performances that connect with people, not just in the Philippines, but around the world, too. They even mentioned big moments in the group's career, like when Shout Out hit #1 on Billboard's Hot Trending Songs, and when they made history at the Seoul Music Awards. Clearly, 1st.One isn't just a group that performs. They leave a mark. At this year's festival, they'll be joined by other amazing artists from the region. Malaysian girl group DOLLA, Cambodian rapper Tep Boprek, Myanmar's Heglay, and Indonesian idol Yan Josua are just a few of the names set to hit the stage. So, it's not just one sound. It's a full mix of music styles from all across ASEAN, plus that extra K-pop flavor. But let's talk about the performance itself. What can fans expect from 1st.One? Well, the full set list hasn't been announced. Fans have some guesses. The group is likely to bring out high-energy tracks like Shout Out or You Are the One. And knowing their style, they might even slow it down with something emotional, like Dahil sa Mahal Kita to show off their vocals. And it's not just the songs that matter, it's the full look. For this show first, 1 is teaming up with Filipino fashion designer Jobert Cristobal. He's designing custom outfits just for them, so they won't only sound amazing, they'll look like stars too. Ace even said, "We look forward to bringing the spirit of Filipino pride and the Filipinos' love for music to the festival. Of course, we will also bring Philippine fashion as well." Even better, the whole performance will be aired on platforms like KBS World. That means millions of people could be watching from their homes. And if 1st.One nails this show, the door could open for even more international gigs, collaborations, or even tours. This performance could be the one that takes them to the next level. And they're not the first from the Philippines to take this stage. In past years, big names like Ben and SB19 represented the country. Just last year, Josh Cullen and Zach Tabudlo performed at the 2024 festival. So when 1st.One takes over in 2025, it shows how Filipino music keeps growing and passing the torch from one act to the next. This path, from Ben and Ben's folk pop to SB19's global rise, and now 1st.One's P-pop power, shows just how wide and deep the OPM world really is. And now, with 1st.One standing on that stage, all eyes are on what comes next. This is more than a concert. It's a meeting of cultures, a mix of styles, and a celebration of what makes each country unique. And with millions watching, 1st.One is ready to shine. They're not just part of the lineup, they're representing a nation, a genre, and a dream.